Now, someone asked, so you have 4x cubed y to the 4. How comes you have 4x squared y to the 4 there? Let's go back to the instructions. It says to obtain, right, place outside an open bracket the highest common factor of the numbers of the coefficients and the letters, the common letters with the lowest power. The common letters with the lowest power. That is very important. Please take note of that. That's what you place outside of the bracket. Once you open a bracket, on the left side of the bracket, you place the highest common factor of the coefficients and the common letter with the lowest power. So when you come to this example there, bearing that in mind, we are going to factorize this expression. 4x cubed y to the 4, 12x squared y 6. So you open your bracket. Imagine this bracket there open. Bam. You open this bracket. What comes outside of that bracket? What did we say comes outside of the bracket? Can anybody repeat what comes outside of the bracket? We just said it there a while ago. So now, bearing that in mind, the highest common factor of the coefficients, we look at 4 and 12, because 4 and 12 are the coefficients. What is the highest common factor between 4 and 12? 4. So that's why we have a 4 there. Now, the common letters with the lowest power, or you can call it the lowest common letter. All right? You can just call it the lowest common letter. That's a new way of saying it. The lowest common letter. X, X, common. Which one is the lower common letter? X squared. Bam, you put the X squared there. Y, Y, common. Which one is the lowest common? 4. Bam. Because remember now, you have to divide. So down there have to be smaller powers. All right. That's why now the smaller powers have to come down there. And the 4 now have to come down there because you're going to divide now. So those numbers that down there have to be smaller, if not equal. If they're not equal, they have to be smaller than those numbers that up there. Because 4 into 4, once. And then 3 subtract 2, 4 subtract 4. 4 into 12, 3 times. 2 subtract 2, 6 subtract 4. And here you have it. And then you just simplify. Any value raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So that's like x times 1, x. 3 times 1 times y squared, 3y squared. And here you have it. Now, if you expand this now, you're supposed to get back what you started with. Let's just briefly prove it. 4 times 1 is 4. X squared by x is x3. Y4, there is no y, y4. Then 4 3s are 12. X squared, there is no x, so x squared. But you have a y4 to the y2, y6. So maintain that rule. Let's go back to it again. The highest common factor of the coefficients, that's the numbers that multiplying, and the common letter with the lowest power, or the lowest common letter. And then when you put that outside of the bracket, then you divide it into both of them so that you can know what comes into the bracket. Very good question for revision. Please practice these questions. And even though you know them already, you have the answer, do them again, like you simulating, you're repeating. All right. So even though you have done an example, you know the answer, you can time yourself how long or quickly you're going to take it. You can call it like spare time activities if you want to put it that way. Leisure activities, leisure practicing. Okay. Things you know already, just reinforcing it. It's technique. All right.